Hey, how you doing, everybody? How you doing? Oh yeah, we're mixing it up today.
Shout out Poland Springs.
Shout out Poland Spring, baby.
Anyone who didn't notice that little inside joke, if you watch our last video, episode 3, this man Juma out here pointed to the Poland Spring bottle. It's Juma and Matt. We're here on...
It's been a fairly good weekend, you know. Losing a couple of chromosomes on the way, but
Yeah.
hey, nothing wrong with that. You know, just getting ready for that stuff. Anyways, your boy Juma and Matt.
Back at it again.
Yep, episode 4.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We were
sir.
supposed to have one of your boys on today.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, I just had to rearrange, but we'll get them on next time. Anyways,
So you guys can be expecting that next week.
Oh, yeah.
Probably going to get a special
I
guest.
might get a couple more too,
Hopefully,
to be honest.
hopefully
Like,
two.
yeah, yeah.
Working on one. Not going to say anything yet. But we might have a pretty good special guest coming up this next weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, one thing I wanted to touch upon a little more going into this episode was something we kind of touched upon last.
You gonna answer that?
Let's see. Let's
you know
just see.
she's watching, bro.
Whatever. Yeah, one thing I wanted to touch upon that we go a little more in depth on that we touched upon last episode was people paying attention. Like when you first start out lifting or like doing anything for yourself in that matter, like whatever you're committing to, because of the whole outlet of social media and shit, you can watch, you know, people doing what you're doing, but 10 times better no matter what you're doing. You know?
Yeah.
If it comes to, you know, what I was mainly thinking about was like just lifting in general. You know, like I started out, I wouldn't say I've been like heavy lifting. I've probably only been heavy lifting for like 3 years of my life, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't count the 2-3 years before that where I'm doing like little free weight stuff in my house, you know. I wouldn't count that, but you know, from your start position to like no matter where you're at growing, there's always going to be stuff you can see online of these dudes who are like, I made this transition in 1 year and I'm huge, man. Like people deadlifting 600 pounds, benching 500.
You just gotta go at your own pace, man. Like, you really do. Because, like, you know, it's like another thing, too. Like, you're not going to be the best in all of your areas, you know? There's always going to be someone that's going to be on top of you. Yeah, you gonna answer that now? No. You answer it through the podcast.
All right, sorry for that little cut. Had a little interruption from the lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to what we were saying.
Yeah, kind of just going
at your own pace and whatnot.
Because
it's discouraging. Like it really is when, especially from a lifting perspective, because like there's so much bullshit, so many lies online, especially with fitness.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. These dudes that are roided up, taking these crazy pics, saying like I've only been lifting for 6 months and I'm huge. You know, just follow my program. And then you follow this
like
program.
what
and
kind
you
of
don't get
products
shit.
were you talking about? Like, was certain steroids like?
I don't know. I'm not good at naming a bunch of them, but like, just you know, if you're taking tests, obviously. HGH, trend, you know, just stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of it out there. There's a lot.
Yeah,
and you know,
like
obviously they're illegal, so people can't, you know, you can't just come out and be like, yeah, I'm, you know, doing this, I'm taking this, that's how I'm getting this size. A lot of people, you know, they just gotta, you know, there's a difference when people just don't talk about it, but there's also a difference when people use it and then say they don't use it.
Yeah.
Because like, I know for me personally, I'm probably going to be lifting for the rest of my life.
For sure.
But I'm never going to get to the point that some of these dudes are at, that, you know, they got biceps bigger than their heads, you know. I personally just, you know, unless you're gifted with genetics, you're not going to be like that.
Yeah,
But
dude.
it sucks for the people who are just getting into it, who don't know that, and they're like...
And it discourages people because it's just like, damn, it's even like... I want to be like this, and it's just like, is it even worth it? And it's just, especially on top of just knowing all the bullshit, it's just like I remember there was one point like a couple months back, and I was just seeing all this bullshit, and it's just like, I thought of it as like, all right, I can't stop now, you know what I mean, where I'm at, but it's just like it discourages in a way. It's like, damn, like how many false shit is being advertised, and it especially sucks for newcomers. I'm over here saying like, like, hey, don't stop, but like even during this time when you're seeing all this shit through social media with all these transformations. It's just so many people just want the instant gratification, like, oh, I want to see that in a month, or how come I'm not seeing this? And it's,
and in reality, it's not a month, it's years, 2-3 years before you really start hitting that size that, a lot of people try to portray and say it's so easy to reach. You gotta bust your ass and work hard, No, I'm not shitting on people who take, taking some substances.
Yeah, bro. As long as you agree to like admitting that
I don't think it's agree to admit because like the whole illegal aspect.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, if you're being careful, then
But like, don't go out on media and say, the whole unnatural shit when you're not
natty, not natty. Fucking
using your physique. That's the word I'm thinking of. Your physique to sell shit.
Yeah.
To people who don't know anything about it, really. And then it's a whole nother level where, getting other people who are lifting, who are like, I want to look like that. Maybe I should start using roids or whatever. And then it's like, that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I ever, like, I don't think it ever came to my mind of like using it or even getting the chance to. But like,
it's one of those things that's like, what if, it's that
it's a what if, but it's like, I just know, like, at this point, I'm never gonna do that shit.
Like it's just the health issues. Like, there's a big, what are they called? Do you know what I'm talking about? SARMs. I forget what the acronym for SARMs are.
Nah, I'm not.
Like they're legally, you can legally buy them.
Yeah.
But they're like hormones that are sold to cattle.
I think I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. I forgot what. Yeah. That's crazy as fuck.
That's the funniest thing, bro. That these dudes get around this whole issue of buying steroids by selling them as like cattle hormones. Like, I want to juice up my cows so they make better meats. But I fucking, And you got these dudes who are like, I'll take 20.
I'm so glad you. Yeah, no,
but that's a huge issue because you can buy it legally.
Yeah,
and like it's accessible, and to people who don't know the health effects that you can get from taking some of this shit.
It's crazy, man.
It's a whole issue. That on top of itself is.
Speaking of fucking animals, though.
we were talking the other day about just some of the. I don't know, dude. When you watch Animal Planet, like, some of that shit's pretty metal. But like when you see it in real life, it's a whole different.
Dude, like. Like you were saying before,
we were talking
like
about moose.
like you saw one in person, right?
Yes. Oh my god!
Like see, I never have.
Terrifying.
And like, I kid you not, for my whole life, like this is even before I moved to Hadley. I was like, obviously I knew they existed and stuff, but I never ever saw one in person, or even look up a video or anything. I was just kind of doing my thing. And then one time I'm like, yeah, there's some moves around Hadley because I'd be seeing the signs, like, so I'm just like, fuck, like, all right, a lot of people say like these motherfuckers are huge. Yeah. So I look it up and go on YouTube and shit. And I see on the fucking highway this motherfucker
walking. The viral video of him walking down the middle. And he's the size of like a semi-truck.
I'm like, holy fuck. But that's only on video. Like, I could only imagine in person where I'm over here driving.
For anyone who's seen a moose in person, I don't know. Caroline claims they're normal. She's seen so many.
Yeah, she was used to it back in childhood. When you grow up with it, it's kind of like.
I guess at that point. But when I saw a moose for the first time, I was, like I said, I don't know.
A little eye opening.
I was probably like 10.
Yeah.
10 to 12. I have no idea what year it was, but Yeah, like I said, I was just one morning. My dad woke up my family, and he was like, "There's a moose in the backyard." I'm like, "What? A moose?" And I've seen so many deer, and I was like, "Oh, it will be a moose." You know, I knew how big they were, but like when I looked outside and I see this thing bigger than my shed, I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Ugly, bro. Like, I remember I saw this this girl's snap one time, like around UNH. Mm-hmm. This motherfucker walking, stumbling, skinny ass legs,
got little legs, and I don't know how much they weigh. I would guess like 2 tons.
Shit, ain't more than me. So got some catching up to do.
One day we'll hit it. Out here fighting moose.
But dude, this ugly. This dude was ugly as hell. I was
got that.
What?
They got that.
I was like, what the
patch?
Fuck.
They are ugly, but they're crazy to see.
Yeah.
You know.
Another crazy one, like fucking bears.
Bears are scary.
Dude.
Bears
I never seen like. Oh, one, I never want to see one in my life. But hey,
you've never seen one?
Never.
Oh my god!
That's another one.
I have a lot of wild stories with bears.
Well, tell us one of the
funniest one. The funniest one didn't happen to me. It happened to my sister. I think it was a year ago, or maybe this past summer. Dude, I'm so bad with time.
Yeah.
I forget when it happened, but it was fairly recently. And my sister's sitting on our back patio. Yeah. Like I gotta explain this too, because people are gonna be like, "Do you live in a fucking zoo? Like, what's going on here?"
Yeah, I got some giraffes in the back. And stuff.
But yeah, so
a couple giraffes and hyenas in the back.
Back in my hometown, that pretty much lived in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, small town in Connecticut. You know, my house is just surrounded by woods. You know, probably a good few acres of woods all around.
Yeah.
And
so I probably won't stop by for Christmas or any Thanksgiving. Bro.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna stick it to our relationship right here. And we'll be chilling.
Yeah, definitely get out type vibes. No, ignore that, everyone.
Gotta take the apple juice.
Yeah, I gotta drink some apple juice.
Hey, go ahead,
man. The blood sugar's a little
Hey, go
low.
man, go.
All right.
Okay.
All set?
Yeah.
All right. So sorry about that. Gotta handle a little, diabetic probs. But back to the bear thing. So my sister, well, yeah, my house is surrounded middle of nowhere, in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
My sister's out on our back patio, just laying out in the sun. You know what you normally do on a summer day.
Yeah.
When you live in the middle of nowhere.
Get a little crispy,
Yeah. So she's laying out there. I think she was probably like half asleep.
Yeah.
And she's just chilling in my yard, and she said a bear walked into our backyard, and she didn't know it until she heard it breathing next to her.
What the fuck?
So a black bear, I don't know how close. I don't know if it was on the patio with her. The patio is like no bigger than this room.
Yeah.
So it had to be within like at least 15 to 20 feet. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. So she didn't hear it walk up. She heard it. She was set off to it because she heard it breathing. Anyone who knows, like, black bears aren't like aggressive, but like when you're near one or see one, it doesn't matter if you're like in a car or you see one. It's intense. Like I was saying before, I don't think I've ever seen a bear in my life, and my heart rate gets going every time I see one. It's an intense feeling.
Dude, I just never knew how fast like these motherfuckers are, especially at climbing. Like
black bears are wild,
bro. Again, like I never saw them in my life, but like I remember as a kid, I was like, why don't just? I think you could definitely outrun one. Like thinking like in the cartoons,
40 miles per hour. No, thank you, Usain Bolt.
So then I see a video of this man just on top of the tree chilling. And this fucking bear climbs up
the guy in the tree stand, right?
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, forget running, bro.
Yeah, the good thing that's good about black bears is they're really like timid creatures.
Yeah.
Minus the fact of them having cubs.
Yeah.
But other than that, like if you make a lot of noise, as long as you like hold their ground, most of the time they're gonna run away from you.
Yeah.
But the situation with my sister, when she freaked out and got up, just bolted away.
Oh,
I'm sure it didn't know she was there, and same with her. So they both freaked out in opposite directions. The closest encounter I've ever had with one, and the scariest moment I had was back in middle school.
Yeah.
It was either freshman or sophomore year in high school, or real late middle school. I was walking home from school, and I was walking down my long, a house in the middle of the woods that has a long driveway. So I'm just walking down the driveway, and then it opens up into my yard.
Yeah.
And there's a black bear walking around the side of my house. But like, it's
Yeah.
still like a good 50 yards. But I saw it in like when you have a real adrenaline rush, you have that like heat that just rushes through your body.
Oh yeah. It's
and
like
you just kind of like
chisels
freeze
around through your bones and shit.
Yeah. So that whole rush of just like heat and like that activation, like I was just ready to go, and I was just like turned around, walked up back my driveway, and I was like, I'm out of here. Then I walked back down about like 5 minutes later, booked it inside my house.
Yeah.
It was.
But even
they're scary. They're scary animals.
Yeah, I remember even like, I think this was before I transitioned into high school. Me and my dad actually went back home in Africa, around in Tanzania, kind of like southeast, right next to Kenya. And I forgot where we went, but it was kind of like zoo, but more like driving through the trails and stuff. So this is kind of open, like animal can go by and stuff.
Like an open safari. Almost.
Pretty much open safari, and just gotta stop if just check it out. And it was pretty cool. Like I'll still remember it till this day. But just speaking of like other big animals, like when I saw there was one moment in the trail I saw like a stampede of elephants just going through. Yeah. And this was like behind us too.
That's a whole other level of size. Too.
Yeah, and I was just first I was amazed how many there were just passing by, okay. But then just feeling this every stomp and just
the presence
alone.
The presence of like, wild animals is what gets me.
And just seeing these motherfuckers go, and like were you explaining yesterday, they're like fragile creatures too. They're
I don't think they're
like not fragile.
They're not fragile, but they're. I don't think they would ever really attack a person.
Yeah,
because they're just so much bigger and they're intelligent. They're wicked intelligent animals. So
yeah,
with a moose, you got a peanut-sized brain and a body the size of a 18-wheeler. And he just sees anything that moves, and it's like, I'm gonna kill this thing if it gets near me.
Yeah.
But with elephants,
or those little jokes where they would have like the mouse and the elephant, and the elephant be mad scared.
Back in the circus.
Yeah.
I forget what movie it was, but
just
maybe it was in Dumbo. I don't know. There was some kid show,
shit.
Some kid show or movie that
just fucking put that imagery in our heads. But yeah, and even along that trail, what else did I see?
Did you ever see like a big cat? Any big cats or anything?
Definitely saw tiger in there, and actually a lion sleeping, but still. It's just like
where were you?
Maybe the Serengeti, or this wasn't Sahara. I know it wasn't for sure. Like
it's alright.
This was just like a,
I know. I'm trying to think of places where tigers and lions are close to each other, because I know they do breed. And they create ligers, which is a real thing. Look it up. I'm not bullshitting you on this one. But big cat. Seeing a big cat in the wild, I think would be probably the coolest animal to see. I've seen them on like in zoos and stuff, but it's not the same.
Yeah, dude, seeing like wild boar, like hippos, bro. Like
a hippo. Oh my god!
I saw hippos just chilling in the fucking lakes out here and shit.
I can't even imagine seeing a hippo.
Them teeth, bro. Woo.
Did you know? Are hippos the most deadly animal on the planet? I think hippos are the most deadly animal on the planet.
And we out here playing games with hungry hippos. Fucking trying to fucking collect some balls over here.
Hold on. I'm doing this for science. What? How many people die from hippos per year? Hippo deaths per year. We got. Oh shit!
I ain't giving no.
I'm scrolling through. They kill an estimated of 500 people per year, making them one of the deadliest animals on the
Jesus,
planet.
fucking 500.
That's crazy. What's the?
Bro.
Oh, that's stupid. Fucking mosquitoes. Oh. That's funny. That's weird. Like saying almost 1 million people die from mosquitoes every year, but no one's fucking scared of mosquitoes.
Yeah,
you know, obviously,
these damn hippos, like Jesus Christ.
Have you ever seen videos of them running in water?
Nah.
I guess they're like so heavy or so dense that they can run underwater.
Oh
They
shit!
can just sink and send it.
Oh my god, bro!
Like terrestrial submarines. Like they're crazy.
Shoot, hungry hippos wasn't lying then, shit.
Yeah.
Well, I even got like chance to see a couple like flamingos and definitely saw some giraffes here and there. It was sick. It was a cool experience, definitely.
One of the honestly, living in like a wooded area, the most bone chilling thing that I've ever experienced was hearing a fox at night.
Dude, speaking of fox, remember when we saw one during one of the practices late at night?
Yeah, they always used to run.
That was the first time I saw one in person.
They're friendly, but if you search what the sound of a fox, that stupid song. Every time I say that, I just think about what does the fox say? You want to know what it fucking says? It makes the most blood-curdling sound you'll ever hear in your life. If you're walking through the woods at night and you hear what it actually makes, you're never in your life going to guess that that's a fox making that noise. Like it makes like a chirping noise to find its babies. Is it kind of like
it's kind of like with
it sounds like
wolves too, or
no. Like I've heard wolves. Or not wolves, coyotes kill things in the woods at night behind my house, and you hear it and you're like, oh, pack of coyotes is mauling something. Who cares?
Yeah.
But like this is like, for me, what's more scary than like, when I hear coyotes, I'm like, they're coyotes, whatever. But when I hear something that I have no clue what it is, that's more scary to me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Than hearing a familiar sound. So, I was pretty young when I first heard it, and it sounds like a toddler screaming. Like I'm not kidding. It's let me see if I can find a clip on YouTube. Like it's such a weird sound, and I'm pretty sure it's the sound they make. It's the sound they might make to find their like babies.
Oh, okay.
So like if they're trying to
like a mating call or some shit.
Let's see. You hear that?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know if the mic will pick it up.
Probably.
Imagine just like
that sounds like like a little ass kid, like a little kid like
screaming in the yeah. I have no idea if the mic picked that up, but like if you want,
you can also look it up too.
Just search fox sounds at night.
Yeah, it's like on some scary movie shit. Like
the first time I heard that, I was in my room. I was just sleeping at night, and I happened to wake up, and I was when you wake up in your bed at night, you're up for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I heard
grab a milk and some cookies down.
And I heard one of those calls, and I was in my bed, and I was like,
"What's going on?" Like,
I was like,
"Do I gotta call 911 or some shit?" Like,
it was terrifying.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
The funny other thing is, I didn't realize this growing up, really. But animals, when you live in an area that's like heavily wooded versus coming to the city, animals are on steroids in those wooded areas.
Yeah.
Like when I saw like skunks and raccoons in the city, And even squirrels. I was like, what the hell are those? Those things look like baby cats. And then Caroline saw the first raccoon she's ever seen. Well, like seen over at my house. She saw a raccoon that was right next to my house. Raccoons out there are like the size of like medium-sized dogs.
Yeah.
Not like the little like raccoons that could fit in your lap. No, these things are
not
big.
no Sly.
Yeah.
Actually, Sly's pretty big too.
But yeah, she saw it and she was scared. She was like, "What the hell?" She thought it was like a bear at first. I was like, "It wasn't no bear." But yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, like that time, definitely at that practice, I was like one of the first times experiencing a fox.
Explain the story, because that's a funny story. That was one of the funny things that like even I. That was weird for someone who's seen a lot of animal.
Yeah, like, cause we usually practice at the Lester Field, and it's like on top of a hill, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on a pretty good size.
Late night practice, 8 to 10, pretty sure, and we're finishing off the practice with scrimmages, 11v11 scrimmage, and towards the end,
out of nowhere.
Towards the corner, we see a fox running around.
Just bolts out of the woods.
Just bolts out of the wood, just hopping around in the field.
That was so funny.
Then
Manny tried to chase it.
I was just like, what the? Like, what the hell is this? Like, is this a fox? Then we got a couple teammates. We're trying to chase it down, and coach is like, get out of here, guys. Like, come on, let's pack up. Like,
that was funny.
Yeah, that was one of the most randomest times where I was just like, what in the hell?
Foxes are pretty friendly. In my town, there was an issue with foxes got too comfortable with humans. And they would just walk
Motherfucker knocked in, hey, can I come in for some coffee?
The issue with that, though, is because people think they're rabid, and then, you got one thing lead to another, and you got animal services coming to put them down, and it's like, come on.
Oh, that's really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, I forget there was an issue in my town, or at least close to it, where there's a lot of, like, trails to run and bike on in my town. And there was an issue with one bear, like, got way too close to it was a tagged bear, so it was already tagged with a clip and everything, so they knew which one it was. Mm-hmm. She had a video of it, like, coming up to her and, way too close, obviously, like, right next to her, and she just stayed calm and didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. They put it down. Because got too comfortable with humans, and fucking killing a bear for no reason.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not much of, like, a save the planet advocator, but like that, I don't know. That's kind of sad to me.
It is.
Just like it's just a
man wanted a PB&J sandwich.
I know, and you're out here running after
just saying
it down.
I know, it's sad. But yeah, even another encounter I had back in Hadley was I remember I was just walking around my apartments and sat down, just read a book. Coming back, I feel something like behind me.
Oh God!
Fox just walking by. So I'm over here like I'm walking. I turn. We both make eye contact at the same time.
Foxes are like that. Caroline had an instance with a fox in my backyard too, where she was just sitting back there. We were having like a bonfire, and I went inside for like a split second.
Yeah.
I went inside. Fox bolts into the yard, and she freaks out. Obviously,
but we're just both walking. Turn around, made eye contact. I was like, all right, let me just keep walking. He was doing the same. Stop. It looked pretty funny, like from a third point of view.
Foxes are funny.
And then I turned. This motherfucker's still looking at me, and I'm just like, start picking it up. I was like, yeah, get out of here, bro. I'm not trying to have this man know where I live.
Yeah, foxes, definitely nothing to worry about with foxes. They're too small to ever think about.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I even, like, so if I figured that later on. I was just like, oh,
if I ever see a fox, I'm always chilling. I'll sit outside and be like, hey, what's up, bro? But they're skittish. Most of the time, they're skittish.
Yeah.
I've seen some big fucking turtles. Big motherfucking snapping turtles. Like, things the size of this table. You know.
Really?
Yeah. Those are dinosaurs. When you see one of those, like alligators and snapping turtles, you look at them and they're like,
gators.
that's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
They're built different, you know. Have you seen those? Have you seen those TikToks? Built different. Breed unknown. What else is there?
But yeah, no, coworker I used to work with, like, she messed with her just because, like, she was just like, yeah, these dudes are fucking massive.
They're crazy. They're dangerous.
And they
Big snapping turtle. Dangerous.
These snapping turtles and hippos, bro. Fucking minute they poke out, bro, it's fucking game over.
I'm trying to think of, like, what animal would I give myself the least likely to survive an attack from? And honestly, I would put hippos at number 1.
Hippos, yeah. Comparing it to statistics, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna put hippo number 1.
Because, like, there's so many things on, like, how to survive alligator, crocodile attacks, bear attacks. I've never read a damn article on hippos attacking. Sorry, probably not gonna read this.
Article. Good luck.
Good luck. Have fun being another statistic. 500, make that 501, bitch.
Yeah, ready when you are.
Dude, yeah. Honestly, like, what name a scarier animal to be attacked by? I feel like I could hold my own against a coyote. Wolf, maybe not.
Dude, like, I think, like, I'm still thinking, I gotta put in moose. Even though I've never seen one, I still gotta put in moose as an upcoming, just because. Well, like, no, actually, no. Not moose. I think bear.
Bear?
Yeah.
The only reason I wouldn't say bear is because black bears, they're pussies.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to be aggressive around black bears, minus the whole cub issue.
Yeah.
But if you just see a black bear walking around and they, wander near you, you just got to be aggressive. You got to make noise. If it charges you, you got to hold your ground.
Yeah.
And he'll back off.
Shit.
But
see, I think I'm only saying this just because I never encountered. So like, I never
grizzly bears. Another story. Like you got to be the bitch.
Name says it all.
You got to be the bitch in that situation. You back off. You never turn your back on them. But like stuff like that, like you yeah. Apparently if you turn their back, they think
some ego shit. Motherfucker, you turn around at me, boy.
When some guy cuts you at the bar.
Hey, what the fuck? Where you going, buddy?
But yeah, like you can search online like how to handle grizzly bears, and like people do it.
I probably will after this.
Polar bears. I don't know about polar bears. Polar bears, I think, will kill you no matter what. Yeah, probably adding that now. Polar bears and hippos are probably.
Instead of polar bear, just fucking killing.
But I'm never gonna be that far north.
Yeah, I know.
I do. To be fair though, I do want to visit Alaska one year.
Of course.
I do want to go see like northern Alaska and see some northern lights and shit.
Isn't that where you pretty much can like look at that fucking dope ass like
the northern lights? Yeah. The Aurora Borealis. That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
That's one of the things that I feel like is fake.
Yeah.
Like
really?
On videos.
Yeah.
At least like when you watch it, I feel like every time I see a video of it, I'm like, there's no way that's real.
Put some saturation on that bitch and be like, damn, these are fucking bright as fuck.
I know, but like, I feel like seeing that in person would be life changing.
Oh yeah. Hey. We'll get there, man. We'll get there.
Yeah. Speaking of animals, though, safari, a good little tie-in. There was a safari. Me and Caroline went down to Six Flags, the one in New Jersey, this last summer, and they had a really good safari there. Surprisingly, like a lot of grizzly bears, a lot of tigers, giraffes. I don't know if there was an elephant. I think there were elephants.
Yeah.
But it was a good safari. Like I thought it was gonna be like it's a Six Flags.
Yeah,
park,
like
you know?
you're thinking
I thought it
it's
was gonna be like
cheesy.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like sad driving past like animals that are all in cages. But no, it's a legit safari. Like it's a massive like property of land, and you're just driving through it. You enter like cages. Like there's a gate that you drive through, like literally like Jurassic Park style. You drive through a cage and you're just in there.
Oh shit!
And the animals are just all over. Minus like the tigers were in their separate area because they'd be killing everything in there.
Motherfucker, look at them wrong.
But like the craziest thing was like there are people in the pens with like the bears and shit.
Oh yeah, because you know,
and they're like taking care of them. And like when we got lucky enough when we were driving by on the safari that they were feeding the bears. They're just like people walking around with buckets of fish, throwing fish at these bears, and it was it was awesome.
They loving it too.
So yeah, if anyone ever goes there, like it's you know it might seem cheesy, but like it was honestly pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
Are you a big theme park person?
Theme park, I gotta experience more, to be honest, bro.
Have you been on like any big ride, like crazy rides, or?
Oh, I mean, like I have went to Six Flags a couple times, and then. I'm trying to remember another one that I think Six Flags a couple times, but like one was for I forgot what class. It was like a class trip. Like just went down to Six Flags, bro. And it was sick because I remember before I used to have a fear of like.
I'm still terrified of heights.
Yeah, a little.
Every time I go on like one of the bigger ones, I'm at the top of the hill and I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah, so on top of that, just like I remember my first ride as a kid. Bad idea for my birthday. Like
how old were you?
I forgot. I had to be like 11 or.
Oh, so you were young when you got it.
Yeah, this is like my first time, you know, and I'm just over here like, all right. I think I went to like the Flash. And.
Oh wait, I'm trying to think. Which one's the Flash?
It's like, the Bolt. Not the
Superman's
one.
a huge one.
Yeah, Superman's a big one, and then there's also like Scream where you just.
Oh, the one I don't like those.
Yeah.
I love amusement parks. I love thrill rides. You know.
Yeah.
I hate the vertical drop portion. Those aren't rides to me. Those are just stupid.
But there's one. I think it's the Bolt, like, and it was like a Flash ride, and dude, just going on and just experiencing that shit. Like at that age,
yeah.
I was just scared. I was like, fuck, I don't want to do that shit again. Get me the fuck out of here. Like
it's funny because. So what about now? Like what's the most recent thing you've done for theme parks, or have you not been to one in a while?
I haven't been one in a while, but
me and Caroline got to take you at some point after all this shit blows over.
Yeah, probably, but like now, when I was actually getting over that fear of rides, the first one I went to was that Scream fucking the very first one.
I've been on one of those once in my life. Never again. It wasn't fun to me. It was just too scary and not enough thrill for what it was. I don't like sitting up there dangling. Hey, look how fun they
fucking
oh, what are we gonna drop? That's not fun, dude. Those are a waste of money. Whoever waits in lines for those are idiots.
Yeah, but
it's just crazy.
First one came in, I was like, all right, fuck it, time to kill my fucking fear. Great. And then just did it, bro. I was just like, at first I was like, oh shit. I was like, I just gotta fucking enjoy it. I just gotta enjoy it. And then like, second round come high as shit. And I remember just looking up. I was like, got that little, I can see my parking lot. I can see my car from here and shit. Seeing the lake, and I'm just like.
And then you looked out at your feet.
And dropped down again. And I was just like, I just started enjoying it. And then from there, I just broke it. Went to the fucking Batman.
Yeah.
I went to Superman.
Yeah. The first time I went on Superman, I was like, I gotta do that again. I can't believe I waited this long in my life to do this shit.
Dude, fun times in Superman. Like, even Bizarro, too, when they switched it over. And
That was weird. I wonder why it went from Superman to Bizarro. Now it's back to Superman. So
Yeah, but dude, that shit was.
Superman slaps. Anyone who doesn't know, Six Flags New England, Superman is a ride and a half.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Six Flags New England is pretty cheeks, but
Yeah.
you can't take anything away from that ride. That's a good roller coaster.
Yeah, and I remember just like every time when they got that little intro at the top of the they're like, "Are you scared?"
They took that away, dude.
They did?
I think that's when they turned it back to Superman. They were having so
Yeah,
many
it's
complaints.
bizarre
They were having so
they were
many
doing
complaints
that.
about it like breaking down and not working and making like horrible noises of like
like,
a speaker blowing out and just like a shrieking high pitched noise the whole way through.
yeah,
So they
screw
took those
that.
out. Yeah.
But yeah, just being scared. Like, are you scared? And I'm over here looking to the side, seeing the lake again.
I
Just fucking
can't-
going down.
The first few times I went on that, I could never sit on the side of the lake. I don't know why, but looking down at the lake just like made me want to throw the fuck up. But for some reason, looking over to a cement ground, I was like, this is fine. I
think the first time I went, front row.
Front row is the way to go, definitely. A lot of rides are like, some rides are
Like, I
better in
don't
the
really
back.
say like, I mean, with me too, it's like, I don't really fuck with the back. You know, because it's just like,
Me too.
everyone's feeling the thrill in the beginning, and then you're over here like, I gotta catch up.
To be fair, there are some rides, like the new Cyclone at Six Flags, that they added that recently.
They added
You remember
a
how
new
it was a big wooden one?
Yeah.
It's pretty much very close to the similar track layout, but it's steel now.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's wicked smooth. There are a few inversions on it.
Yeah.
But if you sit in the back of that thing, it's nonstop, like plowing you through like crazy turns. You're pretty much out of your seat the whole time. But on the front of that seat, in the front of that ride, it's definitely slower than the back. Yeah. But I still like the experience of the front more than any. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just more fun to like see
dope.
the whole track coming at you.
Even like fun ones like Twister too, like just going around. Freaking, I think you're hanging, but like you're just
Mind Eraser, yeah.
Mind Eraser, my fault.
Well, now it's Riddler's Revenge, and it's
Riddler. Yo, get this man out of here.
But I hate that one. That one gives me a headache.
I would not eat like.
I
wouldn't want to eat throughout the day and then enjoy that as one of my last rides.
Yeah. What else something funny?
Yeah.
I can go. I've never had an issue on a roller coaster of like I can eat. Me and Six, my friend OVA, we call him Six. Yeah. We were, Six Flags fiends. We love going to the parks and going on Superman, trying to grind Superman as much as possible.
Yeah.
And we ate lunch. One day we were there, we ate lunch, both of us ate like 2 burgers or something.
Yeah,
go on Superman, we're fine. I've never had an issue with eating and going on a roller coaster.
I don't think I have either, to be honest.
So
I just know some people have that issue where it's just kind of like, okay, I'm not, like, if I eat, I'm a fucking yak.
Yeah,
and it's like...
I don't get nauseous on rides, really, but I say that, but there's one ride that literally, like, puts me in a coma every time I ride it. And it's a new ride at Six Flags New England. And they're getting put in like all over the world right now. They're lasso ride, or not lasso. They're flat spins on like a pendulum. It's a pendulum flat spin.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not a roller coaster. It's a thrill ride.
Thrill ride, yeah.
And it's huge. Like I think when they swing up, when they're at the peak of the swing.
Oh yeah, no, I'm hip. Yeah. I'm hip. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I've been on it 3 times. The first time I went on it, I came off. I was pale. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I had to sit down for like an hour before I could do anything else.
It should be kind of fun though. Like, that's
what sucks. It's a dope ride.
It is.
Like, I got off of it and I just felt destroyed. I had to like sit down, collect myself for an hour. And then I was like, okay, I'm finally recovered. Let's get back to the day. Next time I go, I'm like, that was a fluke. I'm not gonna get nauseous on it this time. Go on it, same thing happens. Third time around, I'm like, third time's a charm, just as nauseous. And from that third time, I'm like, I'm never going on one of those again. I don't know why, but something in it just doesn't sit well with my body.
Yeah.
Like me and Six talking about with me and Six, been to the park on days where like it was empty.
Yeah.
And we got lucky that there was a point in that one of those days where we went on Superman and it was just no one was in line.
Yeah, same thing with me.
So it was the people running the ride were just like, if no one's coming into line on your seat, you can just stay right in your seat and you keep riding.
Yeah.
So me and Six stayed on for, I want to say it was 5 rides.
Yeah.
And then we got to back to the station after that 5th one. And I was like, oh my God, my head's pounding. I got to get off. But I wasn't like nauseous. I
you're just like...
I just had a headache.
Yeah.
I wasn't like going to throw up, but like getting off that ride, I was destroyed.
Jeez.
So...
You know, it's another fun one. Back to my other hero over here, Batman, bro. That was always just fun time, bro.
The thing that sucks getting back to going, when me and Caroline went down to New Jersey, that Six Flags is incredible. The rides there are just, put it this way, there's probably 4 roller coasters there that are better than all the roller coasters at Six Flags New England, other than Superman.
Jeez.
So like when we went there, it kind of like ruined Six Flags New England for me.
Yeah, because now like you're coming in.
There's
these fucking cheesy ass steps I'm coming up.
I know. Like at Six Flags New England, like Superman's the only ride I get like amped up for. Like Batman kind of feels like a kid's ride now.
Oh yeah, of course.
Superman is still hype.
Yeah.
Superman's still hype, but like at the one in New Jersey, there's a ride called Nitro that's very similar to Batman.
Yeah.
Or not Batman, Superman.
Superman's,
huge drop. It's like 30 feet taller. It's not noticeable difference taller.
Yeah.
But pretty similar layout, just up and down hills, hard banks. That ride, awesome. Another ride, there's a Bizarro at the Six Flags. That's literally Batman on steroids.
Oh god.
There's a point on that ride where massive like flamethrowers shoot fire in the air while you're going through them.
Those fryers, bro.
It's crazy. That ride's awesome. King Ka, don't even get me started on that.
Shit, the name says it all, bro.
Oh my god. For anyone who doesn't know, King Ka is the world's tallest roller coaster. It's not. I wouldn't even call it a roller coaster. You're just strapped on a jet at that point. There's no layout to it.
3, 2, 1. Got a blast.
Yeah, that's literally all it is. Jimmy Neutron type shit. You're sitting in a seat. It shoots you at like 120 miles per hour. You go up a 400 like 20-foot hill and back down, and that's the whole ride. So like it was fun.
Yeah.
It was
fun.
It's not fun. It's really intense. When you're going up through the lines, there's like warning signs that say like, I forget what one of them. One of them said you might lose sensation in your hands and your feet.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
A lot of people when you gray out, it's when you like temporarily lose vision because all the blood rushes out of your head. You gray out on it. It was funny because when me and Caroline were riding it for the first time, these dudes behind us, we were like, I was visibly like freaking out. I was like, I'm so terrified because I'm terrified of heights. You know?
Yeah.
I can go on all these rides, but like the heights part still always gets me.
Yeah, especially when you look.
So,
which I will be. I will be looking, but it's just like that first part before the initial start.
The King Ka wasn't bad, surprisingly, with the heights because it's so quick. Like you're not
you're not
going up a hill like a chain lift. You're just getting launched up there, and before you know it, you're coming down.
Yeah.
So surprisingly, King Ka, I wouldn't call King Ka scary,
but I
would call it intense.
Intense. Yeah.
It's just an intense ride. It's not really terrifying. Like after you get the first launch is what people lose their vision on.
Yeah.
Because like the inertia and it just takes the blood out of your head, and you're just like, where the fuck am I? And then by the time you're like gathering yourself, you're already up and down that hill.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh well, that was cool, but like, I waited in line for 45 minutes to go on a 5-second ride.
Those fucking waits, bro. Sometimes are just
yeah. What was I saying? Whatever. But when we were sitting on the ride, the 2 people behind us were like, you've never been on this? And I was like, no, this is our first time. And the guy goes, be careful, your feet and your legs and your arms might go numb afterwards. I was like, oh, you're bullshitting me. There's no way that happened. Sure enough, come back to the station. I just felt like my legs and my hands were asleep.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
Jeez.
It was a fun ride, you know. I definitely.
Hey, but shout out to all the rides, man.
Yeah, the people who designed that shit, they're fucking.
Yeah, you gotta really be careful with that, you know.
There's a lot of shit that goes into it. There's YouTube. Like I used to be real big into. Funny enough, back when I was younger, one of my goals in life was to become a roller coaster engineer.
Really? That's
but that was like a 1 year phase of my life where like I cared about it for a little bit, then I just kind of.
Yeah, no, that's so interesting. I never do that.
Yeah. So I always thought the engineering aspect was cool.
Yeah.
And there's a guy on YouTube I always watch who does a lot of like. He's an actual engineer, so he knows like he talks about it. He does vlogs to like all the parks in America.
Yeah.
And I'll give him a little shout out because he's a small channel. He only has like 10,000 subs. His name's El Toro Ryan.
El Toro
He
Ryan.
makes some quality videos for the amount of subs that he has. Like he's putting high quality into these things.
Hey, there you go.
So.
Hey, shout out to him.
Yeah, but like he knows what he's talking about because he's an engineer and he actually like explains like some of these rides in depth.
Yep.
It's pretty cool to listen to.
It's interesting. But anyways, it was kind of you wanted to mention about Iowa. You were saying?
Yeah. This is crazy to me. You don't know anything about this, right?
Nah, I'm just got hip the minute you told me about it.
I thought this was crazy because a Category 2 hurricane hit Iowa within like the past, I don't know, maybe 3 days ago. Category 2. The one that just came up the coast was a Category 1 for a little bit, but went back down to a tropical storm. So
yeah.
They got hit with a Category 2, and Iowa's a landlocked state.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't know of a time in our lifetime, where a hurricane has started over land.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
I don't know. I have no idea if I'm right or wrong on that comment. But yeah. I've never heard of that. So when like I heard about this Iowa shit, I was like, yo, global warming, it's like, dude, the environment's definitely changing. And if that's not a sign of it, like, maybe it's not a sign, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's some shit right there. And apparently it knocked out, because like Iowa's a big farming, like that whole area is big on farming. Yeah. And apparently it knocked out like billions worth of crops. So I don't know how that's going to affect anything. Who knows if it will. Well, like either way, that's still pretty crazy. Like,
it is.
Imagine being a state, like living in a state where like you move there, worry about the tornado here and there, and then just get hit with a hurricane. First time in like American history, Iowa's hit with a hurricane, and the people who live there are just like, I moved away from the East Coast for this shit. Like, I don't know.
Away from this to get this bullshit.
You know, like that's the thing that's most like that's craziest about it to me. Like the people who live in like the Florida, Georgia, Carolinas, they know, like they build houses, they build things to prep for hurricanes because they know they're gonna get hit with one sooner or later.
Yeah.
So I feel like
just the foundation.
The construction, the people building the shit over there are gonna have that in mind. But when you're building stuff in Iowa or like a landlocked state, I don't think you're quite thinking of what if we get hit by a hurricane, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think that's why I think that there was so much damage done. But I don't know, that was just crazy to me.
Yeah, that is, man.
So it's not, I just thought, like, if you want to look into it, like, it is pretty crazy. It was a big hurricane too, like for a distance. It went for a pretty good distance.
Fuck man.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all I have on that topic. I haven't read too much, but all I knew was there was a hurricane that started in the middle of our country. That was wild.
Jesus Christ. And you think like this COVID stuff isn't enough, you know? And then
2020 is a lit year.
Crazy time, but hey, definitely a time that we're gonna talk about in
for years
to come, man.
Everyone's gonna be like, remember 2020?
Yeah, remember,
I got my degree during that year. That's what's crazy, dude. When I started at Becker, it was like, thinking back to it was like class of
Doing your
2020, let's
thing.
go, going and celebrating, all that. Who would have guessed this is what 2020 was going to be like?
You're over here
Times-
thinking of plans, bro. Just, woo, finally.
I know. Then time. It's crazy how times change. It can change that quickly.
Finally, boom, this thing's back. Ah, shit. I gotta put everything on hold.
No, honestly. One a little deeper topic I was looking to get into was I got in a little heated conversation with Caroline the other night.
Yeah, but
Just not heated at her, obviously. No, it wasn't heated at her. It was
Caroline.
it was heated in the fact it was something that like I'm pretty passionate about.
Gotcha.
And it sucks to see it when it plays out of people who work jobs that don't work their job for the purpose of loving what they do and doing it for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Like that upsets me to my core, especially when it's like important jobs like like I don't know, being a firefighter, being a nurse, being a doctor, a lot of healthcare stuff.
Yeah, there's got to be some
lot of,
drive underneath that because it's just like, yeah, like I get it, sometimes there financially, yes, there are situations where like that's gonna matter, but like just have the passion out of it. It just takes the passion right out the window off it.
I know, and it's crazy. Like even things like any kind of research, working with like animals, it's just if you're doing what you do for a paycheck, it just kind of blows my mind. Especially when it's something that like puts other like it means an importance. What you're doing is a service to other people that can be important in your life. Like I'm not saying I'm the lifesaver because I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah, no.
But like, if you're a personal trainer and you're just doing it for the paycheck, spewing bullshit, doing all that, like it's like, what are you doing? Like, don't do something that you love and care about so you get better at something.
The thing is, it's just like kind of trying to like figuring yourself out, including me too as well. Like I've noticed like. Sure, yes, there's shitty jobs out there, you know what I mean? Obviously, like, no one wants to fucking go in and say, like, I'm prepping for, what I got plans in the future. But it's just at the same time, you gotta really kind of try to find, like, what applies with your lifestyle, too, and really figure out, like, what you like to do,
Yeah, because when you think about money,
it's gonna be there.
Yeah, like, if you do something you really give a shit about, and you care about growing in that field, you're gonna make money.
Yeah,
you're gonna make money.
The money's gonna be there.
Doing. Yeah,
yeah. And kind of one of the earlier podcasts that we done, I think it was either one, I believe it was episode 1, and how you said like I get down on myself, sometimes through like certain games and stuff, and I'll be thinking about the whole week. Well, like even if like certain. Like certain jobs that don't even make sense with like what my career path is in like fitness and it's just kind of like I think about some days I'll think like damn like I'm really getting mad like oh, fuck like I gotta think about this like and that and I realize like bro like maybe you're kind of like putting your energy into something that doesn't really like affect anything in where you're going and I had to realize that the hard way because it's just like. I really like going through that episode and then I really thought about it. I was like, dude, like I'm putting all this great energy and all this freaking work ethic into something that I'm not gonna give a shit about freaking what getting someone's order perfect, like and just think like, shit, like, fuck, and this man hates me. I did my job horrible. It's like no, like I could have done it good, I could have done it bad, but at the same time, it's like. Am I really worried about like getting that promotion? Like, no, I'm not.
The people who lose sleep over worrying about if they made a little mistake in their workplace and thinking, is that going to affect someone? Those are the people who deserve to be working at what they do.
Yeah.
You know, like there are times where I get done with a class and I'm driving home and I'm like, I don't feel like I brought the best possible session to my clients that I could have. I don't feel like you know, and then in hindsight, you know, everyone in that class could have been like, hey, that was an awesome class. But like, I didn't know it because I felt like I wasn't doing my best.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean, you know, you're not doing great. But like, if it just seems like when you care about it on that other level, you're going to get better at it no matter what you do.
Oh, yeah, because, like, you know, like, people say, like, and this is the most bullshit excuse, like, oh, just be yourself, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing good, like, we see it, and it's like, no, don't be yourself, be your best self.
Well,
like,
don't be yourself, though. So,
yeah.
But I think, what I think you're trying to get at with that one,
yeah,
is more.
Yeah, we'll cut that shit up.
No, we you know, we all make mistakes. I say bullshit sometimes.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna have a lot of it on these podcasts. That's for damn sure. But I think a better way of saying that is like, you can't, you know, don't bullshit a bullshitter. That kind of idea. You know, people are gonna know when you don't care. People are gonna know when you don't care. That kind of sense. So, you know, if you do care, that's being yourself. You got to care about something to be good at it. Yeah. You know, the people who are making the most money in industries, whatever it is, are the people who care the most because they have a passion to be the best.
Yeah.
The best in any industry. Look it up. Probably making a lot of damn money, you know.
What they're being their best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of that also comes with, you know, that can be tied into even schooling, you know, like when you're learning stuff, like I couldn't be bothered to learn about shit I didn't care about, like history, you know, like I'm not big into history.
Me in general, I just fucking, I'll be honest with myself, like mom's, I didn't even care, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
but like
the work that I'd put out and not put out, like it would show, you know.
But for me personally, when I went into like a science class or a class that I knew I could apply to my job, I was always there. I was always tuned in, you know, pen and paper. If I heard something that I needed to take back and touch upon, I'd write it down.
Yeah.
But I was always paying attention in those, you know, the classes I cared about that I feel like could have applied to other places.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, that's a big way to tell if you truly care about something. Like if you sit in a lecture, like especially this is more directed to like college students.
Yeah.
You know, we've all been there. We've all been in classes where we're sitting there, we're snoozing, pretty much half asleep, not knowing.
Juba, are you up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I can be honest. There's a fair share of my college classes where I can't remember a word that was said in one of them because I'm just sitting.
I remember a couple times I'd wake up. And then be like, all right, so tonight's assignment. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Collecting, grabbing the paper, and putting it in my bag.
Exactly. But like, with a class for me, like a nutrition class or you know, like kinesiology when I took it.
Yeah.
I was always tuned in, and I looked forward to those lectures because I was like, oh, get to learn some cool shit, and I thought it was cool. So like, that's an easy way to tell, you know. If you give a shit about when someone else tells you about it, that's how you know you.
And they fucking know.
The
teacher knows.
Yeah, that's what I loved about like the smaller school aspect.
Because it's just you get that 1v1 kind of like, you know, like help me out, like instead of just being another number, like.
Yeah, like in the bigger colleges, lecture halls of like 300 people.
Yeah, when you got like you don't even need to show up.
It's kind of crazy. Like, good luck getting to know your teacher. Like, professors in college are some of the best connections you'll have in your whole life.
Seriously, yeah.
But, you know, that's just an opinion.
It's just an opinion, man. Like it, love it, hate it.
Sub to it if you want to. If you like them.
If you want to.
Hit that like button.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, but on that note, I'm all set to call it for today.
Yeah, same
Thank you guys once again for tuning in. It's been your boys, Juma and Matt, signing off.